Witches. So today I have another spell for you, which is kind of fun, but I really decided that I wanted to challenge myself a little bit to see if I can make something that was like kind of related to self-care, just using the things that I already had so I didn't have to go out and buy anything. So I looked through my incredibly messy studio and found a bunch of different herbs and stuff and just various things that I could use in order to make a protection sachet. Sorry about the cat. What? Anyways, this sachet is specifically geared towards protecting your mental health, and I've been struggling super hard with that recently, so like sorry if I'm low energy, but I decided to make a sachet that hopefully could help combat any sort of like negative thoughts or anything like that. So for this sachet, I am going to start out by using sea salt, and this is great for like absorbing negative energy, anything that's kind of like icky, and you know, it's good for protection and anything like that. Then I have from my protection candle these two like onyx chips, I believe, onyx or obsidian, one of the two. Either way, they both kind of do the same thing, so keeping those in there. Then I have Old Faithful, which is my rosemary. So this is associated with protection, love, healing, mental clarity, and just big time on the protection. I love putting this in pretty much everything, so rosemary. The next thing I'm gonna do is, or next thing I'm gonna use are bay leaves, and I have these like literally this is a spice jar, like straight up. But bay leaves are associated with protection, with wish granting, and with healing. I then have marjoram, or you could also use oregano for this. They're both pretty much the same thing. This is associated with like protection, happiness, and healing. And then once again, I am going to be using some lavender, and that is associated with cleansing, with happiness, tranquility, with protection. Then I am also going to be using some allspice, that is really great for like adding energy to a spell, with luck, with healing, with attracting abundance. And then finally, I am going to be using my frankincense and myrrh incense cones that I got recently to work with one of my deities, or two of my deities. And I'm going to be showing you a little bit about that because I really wanted to work with them on this specific spell. So sachets, oh yeah, also sorry, I did have to go pick this up because I didn't have this, but it was like the one thing, and this was like 99 cents. So a sachet, it's like, these are like literally like wedding favor bags or whatever, and I have like a bunch, so I can make 30 sachets apparently. But basically they're just like the little bags. They usually have like almonds and stuff in them at weddings, but they work for witchcraft too, so yeah. Witchcraft hack, I guess, I don't know. Anyways, sachets are like a great and simple way to make a spell that you can take with you and put in place of like a jar, where like a place that, like if in place of a jar, if the jar, it could be easily broken. So I know that sounded rambly and didn't make any sense, but this one I plan on keeping in my purse. I don't want to keep a glass jar in my purse because I'm gonna break it and it's gonna get everywhere and it's gonna be terrible. But I also know like lots of people who keep lavender sachets like in their drawers just to like keep their clothes smelling nice, so it's kind of just up to you. So yeah, it's just kind of like user's choice. Oh. See if I can just kneel into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually light my frankincense and myrrh incense because I want to connect my deities. So we're gonna do that. Just really quick, if I can get my lighter to work. There we go. So now that I have my incense going, I'm gonna take my sachet back and I'm just gonna cleanse it in the smoke. Really quick like that, and just really imbuing it with the power of my gods. And asking them for help with me, asking them to help me with my spell. So, okay. So then you're gonna open your little bag once it's been cleansed. Then what I'm gonna do, I start with the salt, and I always use salt as like a base layer. I think it's really, I don't know, I think it just serves as a great base layer. I'm gonna just fill it up like, I don't know, a third of the way, maybe like that. If you have really fine like ingredients, just be sure that they aren't like falling through the bottom, so just be careful. It's kind of like, you know, not great, but it's okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is take my marjoram, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Just gonna pour like a little bit in, however much you want. whatever seems normal to you. And I'm going to go in with my allspice. And it's just gonna be getting stuck for me, huh? Just get some of that, as much as you can in there. Then I have my lavender. Pour some of that in. Take some rosemary. Pour some of that in. Definitely heavy on the rosemary, if anything. Heavy on the rosemary and salt, if anything, I should say. Which is also how you make really great bread. So then in my final steps, I went and I took the liberty of doing this prior, but if you, bay leaves are really great for granting wishes or setting intention. So I took like a felt tip pen and I wrote protection on this bay leaf. So you can either burn it and put the ashes in your sachet. That works better for a spell jar. I'm literally just gonna take the bay leaf and put it right in there. I'm just gonna kind of shake everything up. And then take your, oh my God, my cat just sneezed. That was the cutest thing I've ever heard. Sorry. Then you're gonna take your 2 crystals or 1 crystal. I have 2 that I have, they're smaller. And I'm just gonna put them in the sachet like that. I'm just gonna close it up. And there you go. You have your little protective sachet. So because I'm extra, I also have a black candle that I put in my little candle holder from Witch Wednesdays. Also, just, I love the colors of this thing. I think I talked about that at length, like ad nauseum, but I really like it. So I'm just going to, tonight, light another little black candle and just really charge this sachet with the energy from that candle. So you don't have to do that. That's a completely optional step. I just happen to have this in my house. So I'm gonna do it. So I hope this kind of gives you like a great guide for how to make herbal sachets or spell sachets, and you know, just kind of incorporate that into your craft. I really challenge you guys to make a spell out of something that, like the stuff that you can find in your house, even if it's just like a candle spell, it doesn't really matter. And if you do it and take pictures, let me see it, tag me, be sure to do that. But I hope this kind of helps. The only advice I can really give with this, and this is something that I kind of just didn't think about, I guess, is that like the herbs I have are kind of fine, so they did kind of fall out of the bag. Not a lot, but there is some fallout and some potential cleanup, so just be careful with that. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.